Okay, you caught me at a good day, so I want to show you exactly what I believe you should keep in your fridge, because if you keep your fridge full, you won't be tempted to eat all the wrong foods, you'll eat the right foods. So, let's start here, and we got it chock full. So, up top I keep my butter, and I keep Earth Balance, which is a butter alternative that you'll hear me talking about all the time. It's a olive oil based alternative to regular butter if you're watching your fats, like if you're watching your calories and fats. But if you're watching your carbs enough where you can enjoy butter, because you know I do, you can have it. I avoid margarine like the plague. So I got some sour cream. Right here, can't have too many different kinds of mustards. I think I have about 8 varieties because I use them for rubs and all kinds of things, right down to hot dogs. Then I've got pepperoncinis, little Lea and Perrins. So with all these condiments that you need to keep in your refrigerator, what you won't see is the sugary corn syrup filled ones like ketchup. Besides, we make our own, just a little tomato paste and vinegar and a sugar substitute. So down below here, I've got some olives from the salad bar, Parmesan cheese for the salads. There's some Anthony's whole wheat organic tortillas. Nothing wrong with whole wheat as long as whole wheat flour is the first ingredient. And if you're just starting out like, or like me, I avoid that bread altogether. Kosher dill pickles. You can now get Splenda sweetened butter pickles, which are outrageous. They're almost too good. There's mayonnaise. You can get light mayonnaise. And over here, we've still got peanut butter and jelly. Christian and Anthony both eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on whole wheat bread. But the difference now, and this is a great thing today, we've got all fruit, no sugar added jellies. This is all a great, great advantage if this is something you want to have. But if you're just starting out, you got to stay away from that stuff. And again, peanut butter is something that every refrigerator or household has, but this is now all natural and no added sugars. Very important. Water. I used to say bottled water is just a ripoff, but it's not, because what you're paying for is convenience. And when I have these, I tend to drink a lot more water, and water's healthy. And it takes the place of what used to be in this bottom drawer, diet soda. Okay, this is my produce drawer. Now there's 2 ways to go grocery shopping. Usually there's an entrance at the bakery and another one at the produce. I choose the produce. So right here we got lettuces, of course. Any lettuce is all great. I've got some romaine, which is on sale this week, and it looked good. And I always have radicchio. This adds color and it adds flavor and vitamins to any salad. Salad bags, when they're on sale, 2 for $5. Radishes, zucchini, yellow squash, eggplant, all great for the grill. And portobellos and button mushrooms. I always got to have some mushrooms. But I don't buy a lot. I buy 2 of this, 2 of that. Mix it up, make it colorful. And when you're eating and cooking with color, you're eating healthy. All of these wonderful vegetables are naturally low in carbs. You got sweet potatoes high in fiber. You got beautiful tomatoes and lemons and garlic. This is the tools you need to create. Then go on to your proteins, like this beautiful boneless pork loin that I'm making Dijonais with rosemary, one of my recipes from the book. And that's going to be our dinner tonight, ready to go in the oven. It took me 5 minutes to put salt and pepper on that, and a little Dijon, my mustard trick. This is some shrimp that I just picked up because it was on sale. I'm going to peel it, then put it in a Ziploc and flash freeze it in the freezer. Here I've got turkey, ground turkey, and beef, and I'm going to use this to make meatloaf. I used to use pork and beef. And I'm going to mix the ground turkey instead, and then I'm going to throw in some of those colorful vegetables to keep it moist. So there we go. We've got some lean proteins, and we've got all these wonderful colorful veg to make it. But don't forget about the kids and convenience in your late night. Look at the very bottom. This is where I keep my lunch meats and deli and cheese items. This is what you go to for late night munchies instead of reaching for the Haagen-Dazs. No offense, Haagen-Dazs. Okay, right here, cheeses, all different kinds. Make it fun. There's a Monterey Jack with olive and tomato, shredded cheese for omelets. Then there's a nice piece of sockeye salmon, smoked salmon. These hot dogs, nothing wrong with hot dogs. These are great for the kids. They're going to expect them when they get home. We eat them. No nitrates, all beef, no sugar. Okay, speaking of the kids and convenience, and we're all kids because I like that stuff. That's why I buy it. Hard-boiled eggs. cheese sticks. I put them right there with the bowl. This way, when we want something for a protein snack, grab this in the morning when you don't feel like cooking anything for breakfast or take it on the road. This is Crystal Light, my favorite orange drink. Replaces the citrus that I watch out with the high sugars. This is unsweetened soy milk. I use this now instead of heavy cream in our baking recipes, and it's great in the morning with your coffee. So then, right here, talking about kids, this is what we make for dessert. We were grilling over the weekend, and these are the fruit kebabs that I put on the grill. So we've got those, and we can individually wrap and freeze anything that's left over like this. This was also yesterday's on the grill dinner of London broil and grilled vegetables. If we don't eat this today, I'll just wrap it and freeze it. Same thing with the turkey breast that we had 2 days ago, now lunch meat, and some salads. Whenever we make salads, we make a couple extra. Wrap them, put them in the fridge. This way we don't have to make things twice. Just cook once, eat twice. Okay, so that's about it for the refrigerator. Let's check out the freezer, because that's where all the leftovers end up eventually. Like these chicken breasts that you can't really see in here, but these are individually frozen chicken breasts that after a couple of days, if nobody eats them, the extra ones, because you always make too much, we put them in here and they're great for microwave, grab and go, ready meals. Up here, buffalo wings, hot wings, as long as they're not breaded and they don't have added sugars. These are a specialty brand that I find in Wild Oats. You know, and I'm always looking for the no sugar added. That's the problem with the pre-made stuff. This is one that I find, so I stick with it. Then we've got Rachel's baking goods in the door here. Wheat bran, organic flax seeds, whole wheat flour and soy flour as alternatives to white flour. With soy flour you can season it with salt and pepper, and basically it takes the place of breading. And then she has sesame seeds, which are great for when you stir fries, and a little wheat germ, all of which have great uses and work as substitutions, especially the milled flax seeds. That's really cool because we use that in my cinnamon toast pancakes. All right, so right in here now, if you like to have sorbets or Italian ice, this is what we do with our leftover fruits. If you buy a whole cantaloupe or a honeydew and you don't eat it all, just take it and turn it into granita, and you can mix these two, serve them with fresh blackberries and other berries. But I'll tell you what, if you like watermelon ice, you will love these granitas, and they're good for you. So we keep those in our freezer. And you'll see back here we've got some sugar-free popsicles. Anthony likes those, and there's nothing wrong with that. I used to eat them, but I actually prefer the fresh stuff now. We got a little edamame, which you can eat just thawed out or make into one of my boiled spiced edamame recipes, and some nice beautiful burgers that are 100% beef. And here's Anthony's domain. He invented his Anthony's Berry Good Smoothies because we always kept berries in the freezer. Now we got to actually buy them. And frozen vegetables, nothing wrong with this, especially spinach. It costs you a fortune to buy fresh spinach to make as a side or a veg. So we keep spinach and broccoli. When you're on the go and you're in a hurry, sometimes you got to have it. And there's nothing wrong with frozen vegetables. I stay away from the canned veg too much, except for tomatoes. Okay, now, so we got some nuts here and some baking goods again from Rachel. This is her seasoned soy flour. This was used to bread something, but we keep it in the freezer, then bacteria will grow. You can use it again. This is her big bins of almond flour, where she takes the fresh almonds, the whole raw almonds from the bulk food aisle, and grinds them up and keeps them in the freezer to keep fresh. And also, this is our dry fresh coconut, which we keep in the freezer. And down here, you'll see I have really no real fresh meats in here because I only buy what I'm going to cook, and I always buy too much and cook it all. I don't buy too much and freeze half. I buy it, cook it, then freeze it cooked. So it's always convenient. Cook once, eat 2-3 times. Except for this. I love this frozen wild sockeye salmon. And so I always keep one of those handy for an emergency. Alright, so that's what's in the freezer. And now I'll show you what I keep in the pantry, which is kind of limited, but also very necessary. Alright, let's start right over here. In here I've got some quick and easy cans of tuna, or you can get the white chicken, Sometimes I feed it to the cats. They love it as a treat. But I always keep a lot of that. Roasted red peppers and artichokes. I mean, from omelets to every vegetable you can imagine. These would be a great time saver. Some sparkling water for a special occasion. Tomatoes. I get a lot of emails about where do I find sugar-free tomatoes or tomato sauce? Well, you can't, because there's natural sugars in the tomatoes. I don't say sugar-free, I say no sugar added, and that's because this is one of those things when you venture off the outside aisles into the center, you have to look for added sugars. Reading the ingredients, if the sugar's in the ingredients, that's added sugars. There should be natural occurring sugars from the tomatoes. So if, one might have it, one won't. Choose the one that doesn't have it. Olives, black olives, all stuff that's kind of interesting and fun. And this is a little bit of the snack things that we eat. Of course, walnuts, I eat them right out of the bag. Rachel loves sunflower seeds because it's great for a potassium supplement, and she uses it to prevent leg cramps. Veggie chips. This is something that Anthony likes to have late at night. Just dehydrated vegetables. Roasted and salted soybeans. I love these things. They're crunchy and they're really, really good and good for you. And this is something I have just started to try, but you got to be careful and only portion out a small amount. Sesame sticks and spelt snack sticks. Spelt is a whole grain that's outrageously good and good for you and full of fiber. But again, you got to limit those things because they're so darn good. All right, up here, coffee, can't do without it. Herbal tea, and Rachel has gotten into the habit of bringing me a nice flavored tea late at night. All different wild flavors that are really cool that you can get these days. And there's no calories in it. There's no added sugars, and it's a dessert. So we've got those drinks, and this is a favorite, as I was telling you, Crystal Light. We keep plenty of that. For the kids, you can get that pre-made in bottles already. Jello. Jello is like the most basic, but the most satisfying and great snack that you can have on a healthy lifestyle. You can put it in parfaits and put fresh fruit with it. You know what you can do with Jello, but get the diet Jello. Gelatin for making our own gelatin desserts, and of course our soy flour. Okay, so this is the aisle with all the baking stuff. This is Rachel's domain. But I use this Baker's Unsweetened Chocolate all the time to have fun late at night and reinvent. That's how I made my chocolate-covered blueberries that taste like Raisinets. Because Baker's Unsweetened Chocolate is real chocolate, just doesn't have all the sugar. The same goes with this cocoa. Don't be confused when you buy cocoa. When I'm talking about cocoa, it's pure baking cocoa with no sugar added. You can sweeten it with sugar substitute. And then, of course, the things that you need, the tools of the trade to be able to make simple, quick, and easy desserts and breads using all those alternative flours I showed you, like soy and almond. You need vanilla extract without sugar added. Read the ingredients. Baking powder and cream of tartar. You get the idea. This is all stuff that's just normal in any kitchen, minus the added sugars, and that is found by checking the ingredients. And then finally down here, this is just good oils that you should know about already. Canola oil and olive oil with heart healthy, butter ranch organic dressing, buttermilk ranch, but there's no sugar added. Soybeans and black beans. The kids love black beans. There's nothing wrong with them. I make a black bean wrap on the whole wheat tortillas for Anthony. He loves it. But when I have my black beans, I like black soybeans. And you can find these in the grocery store. They almost taste identical. So if you're watching your carbohydrates, this is a better choice than that. But we got both. So this is just your basics that you have here, and this is what you need. The real crux of everything is in the fridge and the freezer. But there's one more cupboard that I'd like to show you. In the beginning, when we started, Rachel and I, Anthony and Christian weren't having anything to do with it, so we kept a separate cupboard with all of their starchy carbohydrates, their cereals with sugars. But you know what's happened is they took our lead and they've come full circle. This is the cupboard we still keep separated for them that I'm working towards getting into. This is the cupboard for the whole grains and beautiful healthy foods that once you've lost the weight and you're eating healthy, this is part of a healthy diet. And both my boys are now teaching me to eat like this, like having the soy crisp for a nice snack to reward yourself, or organic popcorn, or some whole wheat macaroni and cheese. This is very reminiscent of the box Christian gained all his weight eating, but it's healthy made now, and he can have it. These are whole wheat crackers and whole grain Quaker Oats, and look at the cereal, Cheerios made with whole grains. Oh, I almost forgot these snacks, little grab and go peanuts and stuff. Well, that's what we keep in our kitchen, and that's what keeps us sticking with it.